The objective of Project Ireland 2040 is to provide a comprehensive social, economic and cultural infrastructure for all our people to flourish, so that together we can build a better society. Project Ireland 2040 is an ambitious long-term plan, and success requires that we sweat the small stuff. Strategic outcome number 8 from Project Ireland 2040 is to transition to a low carbon and climate resilient society. The Circular Economy Bill is one of the first steps to help deliver on this commitment. This will not be achieved without a focus on the construction industry. Producing and transporting construction materials and constructing buildings and infrastructure account for 11% of our national emissions. All of this presents an obstacle to the delivery of the Project Ireland 2040 outcomes. But there are solutions to this problem. One of those solutions requires that we look closely at the construction and demolition waste that we currently produce. As a country, we produced 8.8 million tonnes of construction and demolition waste in 2019, according to a report from the EPA. Only 7% of this material was recycled for reuse. 82%, or 7.2 million tonnes, was backfilled, removed from site and dumped in quarries or landfills to fill the holes that we created. We are missing a huge opportunity. 80% of construction and demolition waste is mineral material, sand and stones, with a huge range of potential further uses including soil stabilisation, recovery of natural aggregate from soil and stone, reprocessing of site-generated concrete for use on the same site. But our existing waste regulations make this very difficult. So, what does that mean in practice? On a construction site, all the existing material is first excavated. It is then transported in heavy vehicles by road to a waste facility to be disposed of at significant cost to the construction project, costs which are ultimately borne by the customer. At the same time, new virgin sand and aggregates are loaded onto more heavy vehicles and transported back to the construction site to be used as the base layer for the construction works. This has a number of negative impacts. Increased carbon emissions arising from unnecessary transport movements, increased construction costs as a result of the transport and disposal, increased pressure on our already strained natural resources and the use of high-quality sand and aggregates in very low-value applications, increased health and safety risks as a result of the unnecessary movement of heavy vehicles on our roads and through urban and residential areas with high population densities. By rethinking how we treat and process material on site, we can eliminate these negative impacts. And the good news is that the solutions already exist. The innovation in the global recycling equipment industry means the technology already exists to effectively process this material on site to make it fit for purpose. And many of the leading players in the industry manufacture their equipment here in Ireland already. The experience and capability within our membership means quick wins are there for the taking, but we need to streamline how this is done from a regulatory basis to remove the risk of enforcement. We need a more collaborative approach between government, the EPA and industry to make a real difference. We need everyone to recognise the opportunities that construction and demolition waste presents. And the time to act is now. The consequences of doing nothing are huge. We fail to deliver on our carbon emission reduction targets. We fail to protect our natural resources and deliver a sustainable construction materials industry. We fail to address the health and safety risks associated with unnecessary heavy vehicle movements in urban and residential areas. We fail to address the national housing crisis and continue to lock people out of owning their own homes. We fail to deliver on the Project Ireland 2040 commitment to transition to a low-carbon, climate-resilient society. Project Ireland 2040 commits to develop a society that is better for children and families. By reducing construction costs, we can meet our house building targets and help address the housing crisis. Better for learning and innovating. Big problems need big solutions. The climate emergency is a problem that our young people will solve. A cleaner and healthier environment to bequeath to future generations. With your help, we can deliver the carbon emissions reductions that we all want to see, while also protecting our natural resources. As an industry, we are committed to playing our part in the delivery of the Project Ireland 2040 outcomes. our members are ready to work with government and the EPA to help solve the current problems and make sure Ireland has a sustainable construction sector. We celebrate the ambition of Project Ireland 2040. But ambitions need action, new thinking, and a different approach. We ask you to engage, to collaborate, to innovate, to deliver a future Ireland we can all be proud of. A better society for all our people to flourish.